Hi guys, welcome to Curated Erotas. Today's movie is about a 24-year-old writer in New York City who meets a much older 33-year-old French woman named Arielle, and their relationship and how they get attracted despite Arielle being married. So the name of the movie is 5 to 7 and it was released in 2014. So the story starts when Brian Bloom, who is a struggling 24-year-old writer in New York City, meets a 33-year-old French woman named Arielle Pierpoint. They feel powerfully attracted to one another. And after the second meeting, Arielle reveals that she is married to a much older diplomat, Valerie, and they have 2 young children together. Arielle and Valerie have an agreement that each is permitted to have extramarital affairs as long as they are limited to the time between 5 and 7 p.m. on weeknights. Brian is perplexed at this information and tells Arielle that he cannot continue to see her, believing it to be unethical. She says that she should change his mind. She will continue to smoke on Fridays at the same place they met. After 3 weeks, Brian decides to meet again with Arielle. She gives him a hotel key, and in the evening at the hotel room, they consummate their relationship. They begin to meet regularly at the same hotel in their evenings. Valerie, who is aware of Brian's affair with Arielle, approaches him on the street and invites him to his house for dinner. There, Brian meets Arielle and Valerie's children and is introduced to Valerie's lover, 24-year-old editor Jane. Arielle later meets Brian's parents, Sam and Arlene. Upon learning that she is an older, married mother of 2, Sam tells Brian that he disapproves of the relationship, while Arielle accepts that they love each other despite the circumstances. When Brian is invited to a New Yorker ceremony to receive an award for one of his short stories, he is joined by Arielle, Valerie and Jane. Jane tells Brian that her boss, Glassy, a publisher, has read his story and wants him to write a novel. Brian meets Arielle at an hotel and asks her to marry him, giving her a ring. He insists that he is truly in love with her, and Arielle accepts his proposal, telling him to meet her the next day at the hotel. Valerie shows up at Brian's apartment that night, slapping him and expressing anger at his betrayal of the rules and the boundaries of an open marriage. He then gives Brian a check of $250,000 for Brian to give Arielle the life she deserves, and he leaves. The next day, the hotel doorman gives Brian a letter from Arielle. In it, she explains that although she loves him deeply, she cannot leave her husband and children, and asks him not to contact her again. Jane later ends her relationship with Valerie because it feels like a betrayal of her friendship with Brian, and Brian's first novel is published by Glassy. After some years, Brian is walking down the street with his wife, Kiva, and their 2-year-old son. They run into Arielle, Valerie, and their now teenage children, outside the Guggenheim. Valerie asks about Jane, and Brian tells him that she is married with a son. Arielle shows him subtly that she still wears the ring he gave her before they part again. That's it. Subscribe for more.